With Emily, and Emily is now at the end of her program with us. You've done such a great job. You've absolutely smashed it. You've really put in that work. We've been so proud of you. And yeah, we'll just run through a couple questions to see how you found the program. So first things first, Emily, if you could just let us know, where were you at before we met with your fitness, with your physique, all that kind of stuff? Where were you at before you started working with us?
I was kind of at a standstill. So, especially just after having a baby, it was a little rough. I had plateaued, um, and I was having a really hard time. I've had a hard time throughout just keeping off weight. If I lose it, I yo-yo a lot. So I just really needed something that would keep me on track and would help me with food, with exercise, just better lifestyle. That's
Yeah.
what I really wanted. And I eat fairly healthy already, but I just needed a little bit of extra help just to kind of get me over that hump, just to really kick me to be a little bit better.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And what areas do you think you were struggling with most? What were you finding most difficult about getting there by yourself?
Um, really understanding what food and how much food I needed. That was a big one. And exercise, like trying to figure out what was the best exercise and how much as well. So I would go like all in and then I would drop off because it just wasn't attainable for long term. So that was definitely what I was having a hard time with.
For
So,
sure, for sure. And then what were some of the results that you've seen on the program?
oh wow. So it was I did it for myself. And it was like a slow, like kind of a slow bleed into the family, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
So I did it, and the best thing I found that it helped was the time management. So like a meal plan. So it really took the thought of like, oh, like what do I do? I don't know. I don't have the time. I don't know what I want this week. I have to think about all this, and there's life going on. It's just so hard. And then so like, middle of the week, you'd be like, I don't know what else to have. And you do have food, or you don't have enough food and you haven't planned. So you're like, oh, I'll just throw this together. And it's maybe not the best or the healthiest for you. It's not maybe what you need for the day. Your day isn't planned. You just kind of end up going for things that aren't the greatest. So that was a huge help, was that I didn't really need to think as much about what I needed for the whole day. And then the exercise was great too. I found the coaching really helped because it kept me on track. Life still happens, especially with a young child, but it really got me into a habit that's attainable for me. And it bled into the family. So now my husband does it, I do it, and our young son we're all on basically the same meal plan. I mean, calories are a little changed,
Of
but
course, yeah.
it's a lot easier to, and I feel a lot better knowing that he's getting enough protein, vegetables, fruit. He has a well-rounded nutrition for the day, than just being like, oh, I don't know, did he have enough of this? Did he have enough of that? I can make better choices.
Yes.
So that's a big thing for me, that I feel like our whole family is a lot healthier. And even just that lifestyle of getting out every day to go for a walk and getting that fresh air and getting that exercise is huge. So yeah, I really want our family to grow into that, and I feel like we are, and we have as well. So it's something that's definitely attainable for us long term, which I love.
That's the most important thing, right? That's sustainability. And obviously from you, when we first spoke to you, your goals were never weight-based. You always wanted to focus on mental clarity, how you were feeling within yourself and feeling good. But just so everybody knows, because you have done a great job with that as well, And it's amazing because that wasn't your main focus. It just kind of happened as a byproduct, which I think is really special. So how much weight have you managed to lose?
I think it's 45.
45 pounds. That's serious.
In 4 months.
That's correct. Yeah. That's seriously good weight loss. That's such fantastic.
Yeah.
As like we just said, it's a byproduct. It was never your main focus,
Yes.
and I think that really, really helped.
I think the big thing though was for me that yes, great to see that scale number go down, but like clothes fitting differently, that was a big one.
Yeah.
But also the big thing too was I do feel like I feel happier.
Yeah.
Like mental clarity way better. Stress is so much lower. Everything it just feels great. And I think that's a big thing, that lifestyle, making sure that it's not just the meal plan and it's something that's very attainable. Like I'm never hungry.
Yeah. Satisfied.
Like after a meal, like I'm not like, oh my gosh, I need this. Like, yeah, if I do want something sweet, it's still there. And I think that's the big thing is that I'm not being like
restricted.
Like nothing's being taken away from me. Yeah, I'm not being really restricted. I can still have those things. It's just moderation and it's a little healthier as well. So trying to find those alternatives. So yeah, it's great. And I like that because I have a lot of allergies and restrictions as well, just food restrictions in general for me, that you guys really worked with me on that. So I wasn't really like, oh, well, I can't have that. Like, why am I being given this? And like, I would ask you, you'd ask me like, oh, are you looking for something? And I would tell you, oh, I wanted squash. And you would give me, four
and that pumpkin as well.
I love it. So
yes.
That was great. Yeah, that was great. I love that. So it's stuff that I like. It's not stuff that, it's made for someone else. It was really geared towards what I wanted and what was best for me and my family.
Exactly. So. Good. I'm so pleased. And then finally, what would you say to somebody who might be sitting on the fence, who might be thinking, is this right for me? Is this really going to help? What would you say to that?
Oh, it will help, and it will help so much longer than you think it will. I really don't think that this is a short-term thing. It's definitely long-term. And I think the greatest thing too is that I'm not even the same continent as you.
Exactly.
That I think is great as well, is that just even working with that time difference as well. So it really does help because it's geared towards you personally and not just here you go, here's the plan, and you have to figure it out. It's really like, well, I don't know. My goal is once a week. I want to exercise once a week, and this is what I want to do. And you work with that and you build it so that it's like, okay, well, you should really exercise, 3 times just to get those steps or whatever is best for you. And so you have that lifestyle that you want. And I think that's the best thing is like, go for it. Go for it. Because it's definitely worth it. So.
Yes, amazing. And from our side, Emily, you did such a great job. You really put in that work, and it was so nice from our side to see how your family really benefited as well. Your husband, your child, and that means so much to us. Obviously we were speaking to you, but we could see it was trickling into the family and becoming a real healthy lifestyle for your whole crew, and that was so important to us. So yeah, well done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Amazing, Emily. Good. We're all done. Perfect. Thank you for doing that.
Awesome.
Really, really appreciate it. That was perfect.